Всем привет, меня зовут Skutula Sans, and welcome to I Hate Drama. Drama is bad. I was really scared to record this video because the last time I shared my opinion on the internet, it didn't go too well. Now, you can't compare my last video to this video because this is entirely opinion-based, but it was such a big deal when it happened, it took me like 3 months just to record for this video. I made a post on DA explaining my dilemma and everyone told me to just go for it, so I am. I have an entire script of what I wanted to say about Sashley, and instead of using that one, I brought up the points with Sashley herself on Discord, and I said, hey, so I was gonna make a video about why you're bad, but I kinda sorta don't want to make you out to be a bad person, so I'm gonna give you the points from my script and give you a chance to tell me what you think. And she was like,
okay,
So I'll read small points off my original script, then I'll read off what she said, and further explain the point. And that's how this entire video is going to go. But before I start the video, I want you peeps to keep in mind that I don't hate Sashley. There's a lot of people who think I do, but I don't. There are just some things that she does that I don't agree with. She doesn't have to listen to me if she doesn't want to, and neither do you. Now let's get on with this, shall we? Inspiration. Sashley has a bad habit of getting inspired to do the same thing everyone else is doing. Inspired in quotations because she has gone from taking little things and rolling with them to making carbon copies of other people's animations. Not even generic memes, just everything, even shitposts. Inspiration is not a bad thing at all, don't get me wrong. If you like another artist and want to reference their work because you think it'll improve your art, that's awesome. But it becomes a problem when that's all you freaking do. Almost to the point where inspiration just sounds like an excuse so she can copy people and not get any backlash. And so far, it seems to have worked.
I agree, I was a ripoff of a lot of people and got inspired too much, but I'm gonna try to change that and do original stuff. QWQ.
You know what really boils my piss? I made the Transitor meme like a year ago, and both Sashley and Casual Susan both heavily referenced it. But you know, I didn't have a problem with it. They both gave credit in the description. But recently on my video, I got a lot of Sashley fans mad at me because I copied her when my video came out 2 months before hers did. What? There was even someone who went on Sleepy King's Don't Talk meme and said,
this kinda looks like Sashley's video.
This isn't Sashley's fault, of course, because she left credit. It's just that no one looks for the credits in the description. Also this person.
Someone copied you, but I like the person who copied you better.
Wow. Rude. Character! What even is this? What is this? Oh god. This character is and has always been just a cluster of traits. A lot of them are from other YouTubers. That's fine. This is fine. Except you stole my claws!
But Scootala's claws are made of obsidian, and Sashley's are made of—
Oof, I've stuck with the main things for a while, and I've been hesitant to give her wings. Well, sometimes she has things for certain types of videos. I'm gonna try to change that up, though. Sunglasses emoji.
Okay, so this isn't her final design. That's neat. But, you change your character all the time. It's always changing. It's not bad if you change your character maybe once in a blue moon. Changing it every month or so, it makes your character seem inconsistent and not thought out. Like you're just adding things as you go because you can. For example, things like this robot arm, or these blue wings, or this jelly hair, or this upside down hard eye, and while we're on the topic of inconsistencies, inconsistent animation! This is actually not that big a deal, but it's something animators should be aware of, and that's consistency in your animations. These are very noticeable changes from scene to scene, and in some cases frame to frame. Also, back in hands. Sashley gave her character wings in her first animations, and they sometimes show up in her new ones, but they're not always there. She's also given her character fingerless gloves that disappear between scenes, fingers that sometimes look like fingers. There was that one time she turned into Azrael Dreamer. Random stuff like that. For example, in her Kanayu loading meme, her character had no whiskers in the first scene, and in the next scene, she had whiskers and no nose. There's very little consistency in these animations, which is pretty easily fixable. Just pay more attention to your frames. Maybe have a friend look through your animation and tell you if there's something missing. There are times when your style just changes between animations, one of them being your old solo meme. This is a frame from the beginning of the animation, this is another frame from the same video, and this is a frame from the same face angle from a different video. One of the biggest examples of Sashley's inconsistency is her original meme, the Tonight meme. It starts off with Ashley, her character, Ashley, standing on top of a building, motionless, and in the next scene, suddenly her hair is blowing in the wind, and her tail is missing. She then falls off the edge and somehow ends up in this position, once again motionless while cars are bouncing in the background, in what looks to be a busy road. But they're kinda just bouncing in place, they're not really going anywhere. She didn't even have an argument for this point, so I guess we're moving on. Backstory! What is Ashley's backstory? I looked through the descriptions of every single video she's uploaded, and all I could find were these. So let's break this down, why don't we? Ashley fell into the underground, met Azrael, and he took her home with him. Ashley became like family. She lived with Grin, Kara, Azrael, Asgore, and Toriel. Soon after, when all that torch went down, when Toriel and Asgore lost 2 children, Ashley ran away and met Papyrus and Sans. Ashley became best friends with Papyrus and Sans, had a small crush on her. Ashley became roommates with them. Sans confessed to Ashley one day, and they went on a date together. After a few, they soon dated, now 2 years. Now Sans just asked Ashley to marry her. Next screenshot. When Sans died, he gave her a flower crown that lived from happiness. So as long as Ash was happy, they would live. She tried, but she was just too lonely and they died. That was literally all I found. And I looked through her entire channel from December 17th, 2018 to the beginning of her channel. Hey, it's Scoots from the future. Remember when I said this took forever to make? Yeah. Since I scripted this video, Sashley uploaded 6 more videos. But I checked the description on all of them, and they don't have anything to do with her backstory either. Anyway, carry on. Okay. This doesn't seem right. This is way too vague for a backstory. Especially when so many of her memes look like they'd play some sort of role in the backstory of this character. What about this meme, where there's a house on fire and she finds a note or something like that? Did that have anything to do with her backstory? What's with the whole thing about her being a traitor? You never gave us an explanation for that either. And Sashley's response to the question, what is Ashley's backstory, is that she doesn't have one yet. That's great. I love wasting my time for a video. It's freaking great! Also, I'd like to point out this screenshot. I hate it. Lancer! So in order to keep the salt from spilling out of every orifice of my body, I made this point for no reason, other than to expound my Ashley x Lancer headcanon. Sashley uploaded an AMV about Ashley and Lancer, stating in the description that she was now a Lancer fangirl. She told me that was just a phase and she's over him now. That was fast. But then again, who can resist this face? Like I showcased earlier, the lack of planning for this character makes me very angry. So I made my own little thing for Ashley, knowing full well that it will never be used by anyone. So in Sash Tale, I assume all fangirls have their own AU. Sans is dead, and Ashley is super depressed. So maybe Ashley was just so sad that she couldn't be with Sans anymore, that she tried to leave her AU to find one where Sans didn't die. But AUs are very difficult to navigate without a guide. That's a rule I made up, by the way. So I don't think she'd make it that far. She'd be running through random AUs until she ends up in one that takes place in Deltarune, and that's where she meets a hopefully aged up version of Lancer, and AMV music ensues. Do what you want with this, cause I'm not using this, and I know Sashley isn't going to, so open for interpretation, I guess. Sashley's DeviantArt. This also isn't important at all, but it's something I wanted to bring up because it drives me nuts. I'm going to show you this picture, and I want you to try to guess what's wrong with it. Ready? Go. The answer is everything. Messy lines, janked anatomy, and obnoxious colors. These were the ingredients chosen to make that joke's not funny. Now, most of my audience might not understand why this picture is so bad, and the only reason I say that is because Sashley's fans don't seem to understand either, and we share a lot of subscribers. But fret not, for I made a little sheet to outline the body. Now, if I take away the picture underneath, does that look right to you? The way her back is arched so her butt is in the air, it looks like she'd be laying down, but she's standing. So I get the feeling if she stood up straight, her butt would either disappear, or it would look like she's hiding balloons in her bikini. Her tail looks like it's coming from under or behind her, when that's not how tails work. Her neck is very long, that tuft of fur looks very out of place, the breasts are distorted heavily, one of the arms are noticeably thicker than the other, the legs are alarmingly thin compared to the torso. It's just a huge mess, and if I'm gonna be honest, it looks as if you drew over an anime base and stuck your character's head onto it. Not saying you did, but it looks like that. If you're wondering what's wrong with the colors, well, it looks like she's going for a pastel tone, but she has random colors that step out a little too far from the pastel look. Like the purple bows, and the blush, and the colors on the beach ball. They're just a little too saturated. I think thicker line art would make this look better, but that's just my opinion. There are multiple parts in the line art that overlap, and that is one of the easiest things to fix. Just erase the lines. Rip indeed, Sashley. Rip indeed. Suck! Sashley, I don't know much about you as a person, but I assume you're the type of person who takes criticism personally. This video is not to make you feel bad about yourself, believe it or not. It's just to give you some pointers to better your art and animation. You don't have to use any of this, it's completely up to you. But you have a growing fan base, and you should at least consider improving your content. To anyone who's watching this, whether you agree or disagree, you can leave your opinion in the comments, and I'll try to look through all of them. If you think I left something out, then leave that in the comments as well. That was all I had to say, so subscribe to Scooty Pie so we can defeat T. Sashley. I'm Scootaloo Stands. Baka baka. Hello, this is also Scoot from the future, but at the end of the video, just thought I'd make a small end card real quickly to tie up this video with a nice little bow. The picture I drew looks kinda mean, I know, but in all honesty, I do not hate Sashley. Sashley was very cooperative, giving me what I needed for the video, and she was a little scared too because she's worried about this video causing drama, aren't we all? She was actually very prominent on me making the video on the community itself and not on a specific person, but no one is exempt from criticism, and I need permission from no one to make a video on someone. I hope you enjoyed the video. No hate to Sashley. Peace.